Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news tonight. My name is Timileyin Falade. The governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has marked his 66th birthday with a special Holy Communion service at the Chapel of Epiphany at his country home in Owo. The service was attended by family members, friends, political associates and security chiefs in the state. The Bishop of Owo Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Stephen Fagbemi, in the sermon titled Living a Purposeful Life, congratulated the governor and applauded him for redefining governance in the state. Government House correspondent Wahab Ankoli reports that the celebrant was joined by his wife, Betty, who also celebrated her birthday 24 hours earlier.
As early as 7 o'clock in the morning, the country home of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu laid host to people from all walks of life, including family members, political associates, friends, and well-wishers for his 66th birthday celebration. Thereafter, the celebrants, family members, and well-wishers came before God for the Holy Communion service at the Chapel of Epiphany. In his sermon titled Living a Purposeful Life, the Bishop of our Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Stephen Fagbemi, congratulated the governor on the occasion and applauded his strides towards making life better for residents of the state.
God has given you opportunities of governance. I remind you that even in the midst of the troubles of the time, the massacre that took place here in Owo, God gave you that strength, that courage to be able to lead his people through that type of challenge. And so many things that you begin to wonder, how do you do it? How do you manage day by day? It is God's special grace upon your life.
The celebrant, Governor Akeredolu, who is the Chancellor of the Owo Anglican Diocese, thanked God Almighty for the privilege to see another year of his life. The governor appreciated the congregation, family members, friends, political associates, and well-wishers for the show of love, noting that the grace of God has been sufficient for him in the journey of life.
I want to thank God for his grace.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank God for his mercy.
Thank you, Lord.
We cannot ask for better thing. God has been too good to us.
Thank you.
And God, in his own way of doing things, and I can say it without our asking, he decided to put the end of our affairs stays in our hands.
Thank you, Lord.
So, why wouldn't we thank God? He saw so many people. So many people wanted to be at the end of affairs. But on his own, he chose us.
Thank you, Lord.
So we want to give thanks,
Hallelujah.
adoration, love, and honor to God Almighty.
Akeredolu restated his dedication to good governance in the state and promised to improve on mechanisms that will strengthen the security architecture of the state. The event was rounded off with a reception in honor of the celebrants. From Owo, Wahab Bankoli, Osrc News.
Meanwhile, wife of Ondo State Governor, Mrs. Betty Akeredolu, says the astounding stance of Governor Akeredolu on matters of national interest has set him apart from others. Mrs. Akeredolu, while celebrating the governor on the occasion of his 66th birthday, said he has exhibited the traits and tendencies of a sterling leader. She held his achievements, attainments, forthrightness and uncanny public spirit, noting that it has been brought to bear on governance. Mrs. Anyanwu Akeredolu prayed for renewed strength for the governor and unfettered joy. And still on birthday celebration, Professor Oladipo Adamolekun has advocated true federalism to uphold the unity and integration of Nigeria. He stressed the need during a conversation with the press and intellectuals to mark his 80th birthday. Osrc's Joy Pius reports that the octogenarian also unveiled his newest publication titled Nigeria and I, Getting Politics Right to Make Nigeria Work.
Nigeria is regarded as one of the fastest developing nations in Africa and popularly referred to as Giant of Africa. However, the country's political, educational and economic fields have been in disarray. In his contribution to rebuilding Nigeria and to celebrate his 80th birthday, Professor Oladipo Adamolekun engaged intellectuals on how to address the issue bedeviling Nigeria. In his welcome address, Professor Oladipo Adamolekun gave a short commentary on Nigerian condition, which is reflected in his book titled Nigeria and I, Getting Politics Right to Make Nigeria Work. Professor Adamolekun, who identified some of the country's challenges, highlighted critical ingredients for getting politics right.
Getting politics right is the sine qua non for making Nigeria work. That is a bold statement, but we are all here to agree, disagree, and discuss and enrich whatever ideas are put in the book we have. 3 critical ingredients for getting politics right are discussed in the moment in your hands. 1, a devolved federation. 2, good democratic practice. And 3, administrative competence.
Reviewing the book, a professor of Africana Studies at the University of Pennsylvania, USA, Wale Adebanwi, represented by Okpeyemi Adamolekun, eulogized the celebrant's contribution to national growth and agreed that true federalism is the only way Nigeria can remain united.
This compact book is highly valuable, not just because of the solutions it advances, but also in terms of its succinct but searing diagnosis of the Nigerian crisis.
Participants who contributed to the conversation joined calls for the restructuring of the country.
We are not feeling the effect of this business venture called Nigeria. What's our return on investment? And where is the profit and loss in the business?
The structure of the government, of the country, the politics of the country, and the competence of the civil service. Those are the 3 things that need to be gotten right.
It's not a matter of getting Nigeria, but getting our politics right. I think very much that is what we need to do. We need to get our politics right.
Born in Iju, Akure North local government area of Ondo State, on July 20, 1942, Professor Oladipo Adamolekun is a Nigerian public administrator scholar, a former dean of the Faculty of Administration of Obafemi Awolowo University. Professor Oladipo Adamolekun is retired and based in his hometown, Iju, in Akure North local government area of Ondo State. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
You're still watching Osrc News at 7. We'll take a break now. When we come back, National Security Council set to ban motorcycles and mining activities to nip terrorism in the board. Do stay with us.
Brekete times 10. Get a Glow SIM today and enjoy 1,000 Naira sign-on bonus for voice and data. All new and existing Glow subscribers also get 10 times the value of their every recharge, plus up to double their data recharge as bonus. All Glow subscribers also get up to free 20,000 Naira bonus for voice and data.
Welcome back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook, Osrc TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel, Osrc TV Ondo. The federal government has so far released 4.7 trillion naira to finance expenditure in the 2022 budget. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, at a consultative forum on the 2023 to 2025 medium-term fiscal framework in Abuja, said that out of the 4.7 trillion naira spending, the government released 1.9 trillion naira for debt service, while personnel costs and pensions gulped the sum of 1.2 trillion naira. She said the balance of 773.63 billion naira was spent by the federal government on capital projects. On revenue performance, the minister said that between January and April, the federal government generated 1.6 trillion naira, with 285 billion naira being contributions from oil revenues and 632 billion from the non-oil sector. 920 beneficiaries of Ondo State International Fund for Agricultural Development, Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises for Niger Delta, IFAD Life ND program, are to be trained across the 3 senatorial districts of Ondo State. Addressing a gathering at the Orientation and Project Facilitation Training in Akure, Ondo State, project coordinator of the program, Ademola Adewale, said the project was aimed at creating employment, generate income, and ensure food sufficiency across Niger Delta State. Omoriola Humbeji reports that Ondo State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Olayato Aribo, declared the event open.
It is the second batch of empowerment program of IFAD after 620 beneficiaries successfully graduated and empowered in various enterprises such as cassava, cocoa, fishery, and poultry farming. No fewer than 920 incubators and incubators were selected to benefit from the second batch for onward training for 3 to 6 months before empowering them. Addressing the gathering, State Project Coordinator of the program, Ademola Adewale, said the 620 graduated from the previous project have been empowered and are as well being monitored to ensure success of their businesses. He encouraged them to make use of the window of opportunity at their disposal to better society, saying some of those that benefited from the previous batch formed the fulcrum of incubators to train the new incubatees.
We believe that we will meet our target. And on that, not just giving them empowerment, we do the follow-up. We ensure that those that are interested in agribusiness, in farming, are the ones that are being empowered. And we carry out what's called a mentoring. Mentoring system, we are doing that. And we do the follow-up that so that not just to be in business, but to ensure that they make profit.
Declaring the event open, Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Olayato Aribo, described the opportunity a life-changing project which must not be handled with levity. While admonishing them not to take the golden opportunity for granted, Mr. Aribo stressed that the project will have multiplier effects in their various communities.
This will definitely, if they take the golden opportunity very well, it will help them to grow. They will be able to provide more food for themselves and for the people, so that will ensure food security for us. It will create jobs for them and for others when they employ, and it will also improve their livelihood.
The delighted beneficiaries said it will enable them to contribute their quota in supporting the growth of society.
To the society at large, this is reducing poverty, it's reducing hunger, and it also reduces the crime rates.
It makes me to have an opportunity as part of an agriculturist rather, and helps me to gain more knowledge as an incubatee. 10
communities each in selected local government areas of Ondo State are currently benefiting from the gesture. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
The National Security Council says it is considering a nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities in the country as part of its strategy to curb terrorist activities. Speaking after the meeting chaired by President Buhari, the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, stated that investigations are still ongoing to establish the correlation between mining and motorcycles, which they suspect provide funding for the supply of arms to the terrorists. Malami noted that terrorists had moved from the conventional ways of funding their activities to mining and ransom taking. Disclosed that government was not unaware of the economic consequences of the proposed resolutions, particularly the motorcycle ban, but it has become imperative in order to guarantee the nation's security. As part of measures to make all arms of the Osrc Media Group more effective in serving the people of Ondo State, an approval has been given for the relocation of Orange 94.5 FM from Shagari village to the headquarters of the media group at Orita Obele in Akure. Briefing members of staff and factors responsible for the relocation, Chairman of the media group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, said running 3 stations at separate locations is at variance with the economic realities in the country. Our reporter, Joy Pius, has details as presented from our studios.
The challenge confronting public and private organizations globally, and particularly Nigeria, is the surging price of diesel. This has caused many businesses and organizations to fold up and many others to downsize. Ondo State Renovation Corporation is not spared by this global crisis, as its operations have been affected in recent times. Rising to the challenge, the management of the State Media Group moved towards solving the issues to ensure quality and uninterrupted service is delivered to the people.
Roughly something going to about 40 million naira.
Staff of Osrc Media Group, which comprises of Orange 94.5 FM, Sunshine 96.5 FM, Alalaye, and Osrc Television, converged on the headquarters at Orita Obele to exchange views with the top management on ways to enhance its service delivery in the face of the current economic meltdown in the country. Speaking on the urgency of the decision, Chairman of the media group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, explained that the 3 stations would be housed at the Orita Obele headquarters for more efficient operations at the respective channels. Mr. Adebayo said approval has been given for the harmonization of the 3 operational structures in place for greater benefit of the people of Ondo State.
What we are doing is not just about relocation of Orange FM. What we are also doing is about strengthening the capacity of Alalaye FM. Even though what government has approved for us is the relocation of Orange FM to this place. But what management has also done is to struggle and work hard within a very tight schedule to also strengthen the existing Alalaye FM. Therefore, as Orange FM would be coming here, Alalaye FM would also have the studio removed from where it is. Alalaye FM studio will now be in this complex.
The chairman therefore enjoined staff of the 3 arms to hone the argument for better understanding.
I urge you professionals who are here at the highest level and their subordinates to please understand what this government is trying to do. Understand what this management is trying to say.
The Director, Engineering Services Department, OSRC, Mr. Femi Ayekomilobon, who spoke on the advantages of bringing the stations together in terms of making content sharing an easy task, explained the new mechanisms to be deployed in the merger.
Having different stations in different locations is something that is quite expensive to manage these days, especially when you now place it vis-a-vis with the cost of power, which is already skyrocketing. We thought that the best thing that we can do now to reduce the running cost of this station is to co-locate them. When we co-locate, it reduces the cost of running power, generating power to run the station. It reduces the cost, even helps in the manpower welfare
Staff present at the meeting commended the initiative with a belief that it will aid effective and efficient service delivery.
It's important that we cut costs so that we have more resources to actually do a lot of things. Secondly, it's also important that we make our operations seamless.
The issue of multitasking, it means that all our staff, both at the Orange, the television and Alalaye, will be able to work hand in hand.
The OSRC Media Group has been undergoing a series of transformations since the inception of the current administration, and with the new development, the Media Group is poised to break new grounds.
Now to education issues. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has approved cut-off marks for universities and polytechnics in the country. The decision was taken after a session comprising officials from JAM, the Ministry of Education, the National Universities Commission, and the National Board for Technical Education, among others. For the polytechnics, 120 cut-off mark was approved, while 140 was approved for universities. The examination board also said it will no longer consider the A-level results by the National Business and Technical Education Board for candidates seeking to gain direct entry admissions to tertiary institutions. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board also revealed that only 378,639 of the 1,761,338 who wrote the 2022 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations scored 200 and above. Now, the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) says it is well within its rights to protest against the continued ASUU strike following failure of the authorities to reach an agreement with the union. NLC President Ayuba Waba, in a statement, said the right to peaceful assembly and protest is fundamental global right guaranteed by the UN Charter on Human and People's Rights and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Waba's comment was in reply to a statement by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, suggesting that a proposed NLC protest in solidarity with ASUU was illegal. Waba said the proposed march is not a solidarity protest, adding that the NLC is directly involved in the current dispute in the nation's university system. Bakers under the aegis of the Premium Bread Makers Association of Nigeria have announced plans to halt production of the products effective today. According to a statement by the president of the association, Emmanuel Onwara, operating a bakery in Nigeria has become almost impossible as the incessant increases in the prices of baking materials and diesel have affected the industry negatively. Onwara said bakeries were running in losses and the situation was no longer sustainable. He said despite engagements with the federal government and sister association in bread-making industry, attempts to ensure the survival of the bread-making industry have not yielded the desired result, hence the withdrawal of services. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says the restoration of the national grid has been completed following its collapse yesterday. In a statement by its general manager, Ndidi Mba, the national grid experienced system disturbance, adding that the incident was a result of sudden drop in system frequency, which created system instability. Ms. Mba said this unwholesome event, which pulled out other grid-connected units in the plant, resulted in aggregated generation loss of 457 megawatts. Ms. Mba said a full-scale investigation is being conducted to establish the cause of this failure. The Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has dissociated itself from the unveiling of the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Kashim Shettima. CAN said those who were presented as church leaders are unknown clerics. CAN's General Secretary, Joseph Daramola, stated that the Christian body is surprised to witness the desperation of politicians in their quest for power, describing it as unacceptable, reprehensible, unprecedented and ungodly. The Christian body also asked political parties not to ignore religious sensibilities and sensibilities of the people, especially in today's Nigeria, when Christians are becoming endangered species daily. Now to the foreign scene. President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. His administration announced that the 79-year-old leader was experiencing mild symptoms and would carry out his full duties while isolating at the White House. The White House, in a statement, said Biden is fully vaccinated and twice boosted, adding that he is on Pfizer's anti-COVID pill, Paxlovid. Now moving to sports. Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has rewarded each member of the Rivers United Football Club with $20,000, equivalent of 12.5 million naira, for winning the 2021-2022 Nigeria Professional Football League (NPFL). The win, which was the club's first in their history, follows the league season where they led the table for most part of the season and finished 10 points better than second-place team Plateau United. Wiki also conferred on each member of the team the Governor's Medal Service Award. He promised a further $40,000 if they make it to the group stage of next season's CAF Champions League. Before we go tonight, let's take another look at the major stories. Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has rededicated himself to human and national service as he clocks 66. No fewer than 920 beneficiaries of Ondo State origin have commenced training on empowerment skills across the state. The National Security Council has proposed a nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities in the country to curb terrorist activities. And from the foreign scene, we told you that U.S. President Joe Biden is in isolation after returning a positive COVID-19 test. That's the news. Thank you for watching. Good night.